What? I'm cheating on you? Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Richard with Everlasting Gaming, and welcome back to Forget Me Not. We're boyfriends now. We kissed several times. We're doing great. Our family doesn't know about us yet, but that might change. You never know. I'm kind of worried about Michael because he seems to be having some inner turmoil emotionally going on. Maybe he'll open up to us one of these days. I just hope this doesn't end in some horrible tragedy, because usually the nice visual novels like this always end that way, and it always breaks my little heart. So we're going to find out. We're going to keep going. I'm excited. Let's keep going. Not much time has passed, but somehow it feels like it's been forever. School goes by so quickly, and it's already December now, which means Christmas. Popcorn, presents. And December, of course, means that it's almost time for Christmas. Yay. Are we gonna get him a present? How cute would that be, you guys? Mom has been so busy with decorations and cleaning up the house. The phone lines have also been busy with countless family members checking up on our humble household. Dad, however, hasn't called. No, I'm not surprised. He usually calls around Christmas Eve, but we don't talk for long, of course. I have a feeling it'll be the same as it always is every year. Everything feels like an endless, pathetic cycle. School, summer, school, and breaks in between. Dad calls a couple times a month, and Sky and I hang out fairly often. Ever since I met Michael, my ordinary and boring life somehow became a little bit more interesting. I bet it has. It's funny when you end up getting like someone in your life, just all the little things just become so much more fun. It's great. Though the same things happen, I have at least something to look forward to. It was never like this before. However, recently I feel that color that Michael gave me is slipping away. I feel like he's depressed or something. This is gonna end so terribly. I'm so worried. He's been absent at school more than usual. Every time I talk to him, I can see he's forcing himself to act like he's alright, when I know he's not. I can feel him fading away slowly, and I'm worried. No foreshadowing. You guys, no. Their love is so beautiful. It can't end. Every time I think about him more and more, my stomach gets nauseous. You guys think something's going on with Michael? You saw what happened last time. Also, Christmas music going on. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Wow. I love this like remix of like a Christmas song we got going on. Also kind of creepy Christmas music we got going on. This is so random. What the hell? Emmet, can you hand me that box over there? Super alien music. How cute is this? It's Christmas, you guys. Yay! Suddenly, I've been snapped back into the bright lights of reality. I feel like we're in a casino or something. Clearing my throat, I collect myself and grab a box of Christmas decorations, then sit it on the floor next to her. There. As my voice wavers, my mom raises an eyebrow, but doesn't pay attention to my attitude any mind. She gets back on the ladder and begins adorning some decorations. So what about your friend? What was his name? Michael? Yes, of course, Michael. She knows. She has to know. It's been a while since you two were together. Did something happen? I'm slightly taken aback by my mother's sudden question, but it's inevitable that she'd ask me sometime. She pays close attention to these things. Nothing happens. He's just been busy. He's on the basketball team, you know. Is he? She knows. Mother always knows. It's a shame I never got a chance to meet him, and she wants to meet him. Oh, that's right. He never came over to the house. Well, we can't have him inviting you over all the time. How about he comes over when winter break starts? At least the house will be clean. Okay, sounds good to me. We'll see what happens. This music is ripping me out. I feel like we're like in a Christmas version of a Sonic level. For the rest of the evening, I helped Mom decorate the Christmas tree. It was a little early to be putting it up, but Mom is always pretty enthused about Christmas. Though it's a shame when it gets down to holidays. We're the only ones celebrating. My dad hardly ever talks to us, and the rest of our family lives too far to come over on these kind of days. I think a little part of my mom misses being together with the family. Some part of her is a bit lonely inside. It's yet another day at school. Once again, I dread even being here. The good thing is that winter break is just around the corner. I don't want to ask Michael if he can come over. Oh, it got quiet. Every time it gets quiet, things go to shit. But frustration lingers over me as I notice that Michael is absent from homeroom again. I've just about had enough of this. Is it another basketball meeting? Oh no. Are we going to find out about the basketball meetings? Or is he just staying home from a so-called cold? I growl a little irritatedly, under my breath. Literature soon goes by fast after that, and the bell rings. Everyone in the class simultaneously gets their things together to leave the class. As I gather my books and I leave for my locker, I see someone waiting for me. It's Sky. Sky! She probably got out of class a little early and waited for me. I smile a little and wave as I greet her. Hey, Sky. Hey. Oh no, what happened? Her face. What happened? My smile vanishes a little as I get up close and see Sky looking worried almost. She tries to force a smile and she begins to speak again. You excited about winter break? Yeah, I guess. I'm not really going anywhere. Now that we've greeted each other, we both start walking down the hallway as we talk. And then again, we're probably going to get a lot of homework. Always hated that about winter break. Oh, just don't even mention it. I don't even want to think about it. She lets out a laugh, but I can see there's something bothering her. We're both silent for a moment until I speak again. Sky, is something wrong? You seem really upset today. Here it comes, you guys. Oh, me? Sky's that face. Sky sighs as she realizes I already know that there's something wrong. I can say the same for yourself. You've been looking a little down recently. Oh, well, I'm taken aback by what Sky says. She's right. I haven't been in the best of moods lately. But trying to explain to her is a bit difficult. I guess I have been a little off. What about you, Sky? You seem a little down. I'm just deflecting back and forth, like a ping pong ball. Well, I'm just a bit tired today. Anyway, I was mostly just worried about you. Well, if you ever want to talk about anything, I'm all ears. Thanks. Gotta go. See ya. Sky parts down another hallway, leaving me walking to my next class by myself. I wonder if something was bothering Sky, or if she was just worried about me. She made that pretty clear that something is bothering her and that she's just worrying about you. She literally just said those words. I don't want to lie to her, but at the same time, I don't want to worry her. It's not such a huge deal anyway. Sighing, I finally make it to my classroom and try to brush the thoughts away. I don't know what to do yet. And right now, it's better to just leave things as they are. For now, at least. Phew. Finally, the day is over. I sigh in relief as I begin walking down the hallway, ready to go home. I feel worn out from the usual day at school, maybe even more tired for reasons that aren't related to classwork. More like Michael, to be specific. I'd be worried too. As I now reach the inner courtyard of the school, I finally remember telling Michael last week Friday to call me, and he didn't. Not to mention he's hardly at school anymore, too. I let out a sigh and slow down my pace. I don't want to seem like I'm too into his personal life. You're his boyfriend. You're supposed to at least, see if he's okay. But I kind of have a right to be a little bit concerned as to why he's practically withdrawing himself. Is he trying to avoid somebody at school? Could this be something serious? What's really going on? That's all I want to know. As I continue walking to the sidewalk, I suddenly hear a familiar voice ahead in a group, and my walking gait comes to a stop. The voice sounds way too familiar to pass up, and I furrow my brows together while trying to comprehend it. That can't be. He's been here this whole time, and he's barely talking to us. And is he smoking? No, it's not him. His hands are on his right here, but... That's Michael. That's him, right? But he's with some other people I don't even recognize. Wasn't he absent today, too? That's strange. So he's not sick, then. What should I do? I don't know the guys he's talking to. It'd be kind of rude to interrupt them. I continue to stand off to the side of the sidewalk, watching Michael and his group desperately wondering what to do. Suddenly I realize the group is beginning to disperse now, and panic at the sight of Michael alone, just about to turn around. First, he seems to be overlooking my presence, gazing up at the sky, or maybe not much in particular. But then he notices me. He blinks several times and looks a little bit perplexed. I start to wonder if he's going to say anything to me, but he forces a slight smile and waves. Michael? I call out, and before I know it, I'm already within the talking range. It looked like he was going to walk away. Was he about to walk away? What an asshole! Hey. What's going on? Don't what's going on me. You weren't at school for the whole day today. Why are you over here in the first place? Michael's mouth hangs slightly ajar at my blunt greeting to him and sighs. Well, you caught me red-handed. Unfortunately for you, there's no reward for that. Sorry. My blood starts to boil a little because he's not giving an explanation, and to top it all off, he's joking about it. I have a good reason to be irritated. He's been withdrawing himself from school, then coming back after school to hang out with some shady-looking kids. Oh no, is he getting into drugs or something? Oh no, you guys. There's got to be something up, but he's refusing to tell me. Michael glances back at me and winces. You can probably see the expression on my face. He can see right through me. What? Can't I walk around wherever I please? I live around here. Michael, I know where you live. You don't live that close to the school. Michael heaves a sigh of irritation and starts to turn around, like he's going to walk in the other direction. Fine then, I'll go back home. Happy now? Michael, why is he being so ridiculous? I've never seen him with this kind of attitude before. On an impulse, I grab the sleeve of his shirt with enough force to make him turn around to face me. I immediately let go when I see his face looking more annoyed than before. Wow. Don't you think you're getting too attached to me? What an asshole. Attached? Is it too much for me to actually worry about you? Does it bother you that I actually care about what you're doing? Yeah, it does. Damn. Heartbreak Central here. You're acting like I'm selling drugs or something like that. That's what I said a minute ago. You guys heard me. I just don't feel like coming to school sometimes. Would it hurt to keep in contact with me, Michael? You could at least answer my texts. Sorry. We both stand there in silence for a moment, melting into the background of kids and cars passing by. As the seconds pass, the sound subsides just for a bit, and I heave a sigh. You know, I just realized he says I'm getting too attached. What if he's trying to distance himself from me so I don't get attached because he's trying to do something? He did say in the last episode he wished he was dead. I hope he's not planning on killing himself. So he's trying to get me to move away so it doesn't hurt me as badly. Oh God, I hope I'm not right. Can I come over? I don't know. I guess. Michael seems firm with rejection at first, but then he seems to give up, or at least it looks like that. Without speaking to each other, we turn on the street and start walking. I'd opened my mouth for a while. In fact, I hang my head in the opposite direction. Can't talk today. I'm kind of ashamed for some reason. Maybe I went too far. Maybe he's right. Maybe I am too attached to him. We head down another street, still silent and losing each other's pace. Kind of stopped caring about being beside him. Some part of me just wants to disconnect altogether, and I doubt he'd really notice. Before I know it, we've already made it to his house. I hear the jingle of Michael's keys as I come closer to the door. The landscape in the yard hasn't changed one bit. The door opens and Michael walks in. Strangely, I remember the last time coming here, Michael had said, "Come in." He just walked in like he was going home himself. Something about this whole scene is eerie. We walk through in the living room, up the stairs, straight to his room. I crinkle my nose as we come to the door. There's a particular smell up here. He is doing drugs. The longer I wait in silence, the more suffocating it starts getting. As I look around the room, it looks much different than before. A little messier, actually, a little darker. The smell is much stronger in here, too. It smells like smoke, except different. Maybe a chemical? Rotting food? Or something? Marijuana. Never smelled anything like this before. I cover my nose and furrow my eyebrow. I'm about to open my mouth, but Michael turns to me and speaks. It's pot. Huh? I haven't been coming to school because I've been smoking pot. He's trying to dull the pain. Man, what's happened? Talk to me, buddy. We're supposed to be boyfriends. We're supposed to connect. Michael turns to me with a blank face, blinks, and continues staring at me for some kind of response. Still taking me a long time to process that information. Pot. As in marijuana? Out of the faults I would have expected out of Michael, I can't believe being a pothead is one of them. Things sure have escalated quickly. So the smell in the room. Is that it? He literally just said that. Yep. Don't your parents ask you about it? They don't really care, and they're not my real parents. Not? Your real parents? I utter out without thinking first, but look away from him, almost shamefully when I realize it. I never even gave his family life that much thought. In fact, I never really pressed to ask. Oh yeah, well, Michael scratches the back of his head casually, then continues. I've been in foster care for about 10 years now. What? Oh. But why are you smoking all of a sudden? Sorry I never told you. I guess it's just not something I talk about. Well, that's besides the point, though. What I'm trying to say is that they never really cared, and they're never really there, just like they've been for the past 2 years anyway. They're not mean or anything, but foster parents are just usually apathetic. And I don't mind it like that. I get to do what I want with no interference. It's just not how foster care is, I guess. Oh, I kind of feel terrible. There's so much I learned about Michael in practically a minute. Foster care? That once never came in my mind, and I'm dating him. As much as I feel guilty, there's not much I can do about it. I try to focus on something else, and my mind traces back to the thought of his new hobby. Marijuana. When did he start it? How did it happen? And why in the first place? I am wondering the same thing, buddy. I want to ask so many questions, but I feel like my head is going to explode with, either anger or frustration. We stand in silence for a bit until I decide to break it. So is this why you've been skipping school? I guess you can say that. He literally just said that. I was kind of doing other things for the past week besides this, but I mean, I'm not going to lie and say that pot wasn't the main reason. Do you have a moral thing against drugs? I never really thought about it. I look at the ground for a moment, and I look up at Michael, who's opening his bedroom window. He continues the conversation with his back faced to me. I can understand if you do. There was a point in my life when I did too. When Michael pauses to look out the window, I get tired of standing in place, so I quickly take a seat on my bed to listen to him. Our backs are faced towards each other. There's a lot you don't know about me, Emmet. I'm just not really worthy of your time. He has no self-respect. Come on, man. Talk to me. You're doing good. I let out an audible sigh as Michael says that in a faint voice. I've heard him say this line a couple times. Maybe not the same thing, but I've definitely heard something that resembles it. Well, finding out that he's smoking weed is, well, surprising, and it definitely isn't a good thing. But I don't really think the problem should be that serious, as I think he's trying dramatically to make it. I don't really like the idea of you smoking weed, Michael. It's your body. But it's your body if you really want to do it. It doesn't mean you're unworthy of my time, but it does mean you're an idiot. Aw, there's his smile. There's a pause, and I can hear a light chuckle from Michael. He doesn't say anything and allows me to continue. And to be honest, there's a lot you don't know about me, too. Well, I'm kind of boring, though, but I mean like. With a furrowed brow, I turn to Michael, who's been looking at me the whole time. I tense up a bit at first, but continue. When you think about it, we don't really know each other all that well. I think maybe that goes for a lot of people you share any kind of relationship with. But I know I'm just rambling on, probably trying to get the previous conversation away from my head. I'm not even sure what's the point of I'm trying to make, but I start thinking about it more in detail. It's kind of true, like how I know so many things about Sky and her life, but I've always felt like I could never know her true feelings. Sorry. There's more to her than her exterior. And the same thing goes for everyone else I know. Maybe it's time that I stop being frustrated with the fact that I don't understand Michael. Admit I don't understand him, and try to understand him. I think that's the conclusion I've come up with. That's one of the most exciting and scary parts if you guys ever get into like a serious relationship, getting to know each other and just accepting and just trying to make each other better. But it's always important to be honest with your significant other. Lesson number 1 from Richard today. Yeah, there's so much I don't know about you. But I don't mind that. I guess, so yeah. I shift my gaze for a bit because Michael's stare, when he's fixed on me, is pretty intimidating. I feel a little embarrassed now because I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what I'm even trying to say. I mean, even I don't know what I'm saying. You really are something. Michael looks a little bit shocked by my response, and almost immediately lets out a laugh. I shrug flustredly, not knowing what else to say. But you really, really don't want to know about me. I can hear him say it almost faintly, but quickly reduces it to a mumble and gets up from bed. There's not much to, me, I guess. When you get down to it, it's like, what more can I say? He's dancing around the question. Just tell me, buddy. He pauses and his finger strokes his chin as if in thought. I stare at him for a moment and don't say anything. I guess I wasn't exactly going to outwardly ask him about himself, but more of a matter of finding him about him more over time. I glance at Michael, who still looks deep in conversation, and notice how close he is to me now that he's up from bed. I smirk and, out of spite, slowly wrap my hand over his to intertwine them. Michael looks mildly confused and bats an eye, but he doesn't say a word. There are other ways for me to get to know you. Is he, pushing us in that direction? Our fingers loosen up a bit, so I free my hand and make my way to his hips. They're the only part that's pretty much on eye level. Uh-oh. Wow, this conversation went from anger to sadness to depression to probably some... Yeah, about to happen. We're gonna find out. Oh, God. He opens his mouth slightly agape in hesitation, but doesn't say anything. His eyes dart away from me for a moment. Then he bends down and plants a kiss on my lips. Took you long enough. If you wanted a kiss, you could have just asked. Come on, I'm not all that needy. Michael chuckles almost wickedly in response, and I notice his hands are firmly on the bed, pinning my sides. We might have to censor this, you guys. We're gonna find out. Oh, yes, you are. I blink and wonder if that rings some sort of truth, even if he's just joking. I am kind of clinging, aren't I? Michael kisses me once more, and then moves to kiss me on my neck. Hey! My breathing is getting heavier, especially as he's starting to roll up my shirt. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can't... Okay. I was like, what is happening here? He has his hand up my shirt, touching my chest. One hand is pulling it up, and the other is stroking my skin. Uh-oh. I guess we're kind of reached a whole new kind of level, huh? Suddenly, Michael pauses and his hands freeze. I look up at him for a moment, and we stare at each other. My back kind of hurts. I gaze at Michael like a deer in the headlights as the silence between us breaks. He's blushing a bit, but I can hear a hint of irritation in his voice for a second. He gets up and stretches. Oh shit, I forgot you were bending down. Well, I pulled a muscle a couple days ago doing stretches, so it still kind of hurts. Okay? I trail off, not knowing what else to say. I wonder if he's just tired to get out of that situation and use that as an excuse. We tried to get out of the situation. That's a good point. If you think about it, like, when you're intimate with someone, you get completely open up to someone, and he doesn't seem like he's very willing to open up quite yet, so that's probably why he stopped. It's like he wants to, his body wants to, but his heart and his mind doesn't want to, you know? I guess even Michael can get a little nervous about this kind of stuff, huh? I notice Michael moves to sit down on the bed and props a pillow behind his back. For a while, I don't know what to do. In the end, I just forget about going further, unless Michael says something otherwise. Michael, do you mind if I lay on you? Aww. Michael mumbles something of a yes in response, so I lay down on the bed next to Michael. Move closer to him, rest my head on his chest, and soon we're both looking at the bare white ceiling. Aww. How cute is that? Although you're not technically lying on his chest, you're lying in his armpit. It seems so focused, like he's looking right through it and beyond. I keep trying to look too, but all I can see is a blank ceiling. What are you talking about? I manage to say in silence, and Michael turns to me slightly and shrugs. Well, who knows? He says it with a whisper, and almost in a way where I feel like he's not really talking to me, or maybe at me. Sometimes I can never figure out what's inside his head, and it kills me. Does he not want to do this kind of thing right now? I remember we used to be open about kissing when we were alone, but I can tell something is very different right now. The whole day has been kind of something interesting, but I don't know. Maybe I just want to feel like everything is normal again. Suddenly my neck is starting to ache, so I try to get back up and reposition myself. In the brief moment of moving, I catch a glimpse of something. I notice that I accidentally pulled up his shirt, so I try to pull it down. Does he have a bruise on his back? But I blink my eyes and realize that Michael seems to have some scars. Are those from the basketball meetings? Because, you know, they say people take, like medicinal marijuana for pain. Have they been beating him up? Oh, man. Before I get a better look at Michael, Michael pulls down the shirt himself. I'm still sitting up and there's a silence between us for a bit. Michael? Were those scars? Michael seems to look away and ignores me at first, but I know he's listening. No. Maybe it was just a trick of my eye, but I really could have sworn I saw something red and deep. That's why he stopped. Makes sense. I moved my hand towards his sides again and managed to feel something on his skin, but he practically slaps my hand away. I furrow my eyebrows together and clench my teeth. He's still not looking at me. I know he's hiding something. I just feel something there. I felt the scratches. Did you get in a fight or something? A fight is the only thing I can think of. Then again, why would his sides and back look scratched like that? I try to picture it, but I can't think of anything. And Michael isn't giving any answers. Michael, what happened to your skin? I keep feeling like I'm on repeat, or I'm just saying the same things to a brick wall. What's worse is that there's just one bad thing after another. He's been missing a lot of school, he smokes weed, and now there's strange scratches on his skin. Michael, you seriously got some explaining to do. What's going on with you? Michael's got a secret. I pause and wait for a reply while Michael sits up on the bed and looks out the window briefly. He looks in my direction, but he doesn't really look me in the eyes. There's something I haven't told you. No shit. Michael seems a little bit tense, but it's like he's trying to stay as calm as possible. I listen carefully and try not to interrupt him. He gazes away just slightly before finally opening his mouth, and I gulp. What? I'm cheating on you? Oh man, you guys. I don't believe it though, because he's trying to distance himself from us, because he did it before by trying to push me away with weed and not trying to kiss me just now. I think he's trying to push me away, because remember, he told me he liked me. And this is obviously going to piss Emmet off, so we're going to find out. Oh, you guys, such an emotional episode. For a while, the words don't register to me. Did Michael just say what I think he just said? It's almost like I saw Michael's mouth moving, but I didn't hear anything substantial come out of it. By the time I understand what he said, those 4 words are repeating in my brain over and over again. And I finally do understand them, and I'm sitting in the bed in shock. I glance away and stare at the wall, feeling trapped and irritated. My mind is racing with so many questions, but I don't dare say anything. Who is he cheating with? Was it a guy or a girl? Do I know this person? And how serious was the relationship? How long was this going on for? And is it ending anytime soon? Oh, denial. Heartbreak is the first one. I have long stopped hoping that Michael is going to give me my answers, so I don't ask anything. I've given up completely. Of course, man. Besides the last question, I tried to ended up with this response. In the end, I'm a huge disappointment. See, he's trying to push us away. I don't believe it. I don't think he's cheating on him. I think he's lying. What do you think? I want to hear from you in the comments below. Do you think? Excuse me, that was gross. Do you think that he's trying to push us away by obviously trying to hurt us? Because that's what I think he's doing. Tell me in the comments below, because I don't believe it. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. He seems to mumble out with some sort of self-hating smile on his face. The fact that he can't answer me properly makes me even more furious. I get off the bed immediately and stare him down from a distance. If you're serious, at least explain yourself, dumbass. There is no explanation. That's it. I'm cheating on you. And because I did it, I don't think we should be in a relationship anymore. God. Needles to the heart. Hearing the phrase another time makes me feel like I'm going to turn into the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, I'm getting angry too, man. I'm so sorry. It sucks. Why? Why, goddammit? That's really all I want to ask. And it would make me a whole lot happier if he just explained himself. Feeling of anger wells up in my body and I clench my fist tightly. I really don't want to stay in the room any longer, but I can't just leave like this. You know what, Michael? This has got to be the worst way you've ever told anybody that you were cheating on them. You can't even explain yourself. Maybe it's not really the fact that you cheated on me, but you turned into a person I don't even know anymore. Someone I never thought you'd even be. Who are you? I never thought of you as a stoner or a guy who'd go behind my back, and I feel like I'm tearing up a little. And because of my wayward emotions, the stuff I'm spilling out of my mouth doesn't make sense anymore. I've been through a lot of shit, and I have trust issues. I trusted you. You were my friend, and if you really weren't that serious about a relationship, why did you agree to it? I look at Michael, who's staring me in the eyes now. He looks pained, but he glances away. I don't believe him. He's not cheating on us. I think that he's pained. Why would he be pained if he wasn't lying about it? Like he doesn't want to do it. His body language doesn't fit what he's saying. I'm so angry with him. It'd make me feel so much at ease if I could utter the word hate. I love you, Michael. What? Oh, it makes this that much more sadder. I really do. I just can't trust you anymore. By now, tears are rolling down my cheeks, but I wipe them with my sleeve and turn around to the door. I hesitate for a moment, but I stop myself from turning around. Fuck you, Michael. I'm going home. I shut the door and pace myself down the stairs. I walk out of the house as fast as I could before I decide to linger around too long. Oh. Sad piano music. Thinking of the memories of all the rooms I walked through could bring more tears in my eyes than I want. I forgot it's December. It's snowing when I reach the outdoors. And as I blink, as snowflakes fall onto my face. I wipe the snowflakes off at the same time I wipe my tears away. When I reach the sidewalk, a figure in front of me walking a dog goes unnoticed before I accidentally bump into them. Sorry. I sniffle a bit and look up at the person, only to find a familiar face. This guy again. I stand still for a moment to recognize this person. It's Roger, a guy in my class. I ponder for a moment if I should say hi to him or walk away. Something inside me feels irritated. If anything, I want to do something on impulse rather than think about it. Hey, Roger. I could have tried to pretend I don't know him and walk away, not really sure why I said anything. For a moment, Roger looks baffled to me. He blinks and looks around. I didn't know you lived around here. He winces a little, and I shrug. I didn't feel like explaining it was Michael's house. I just went along with it. Yeah, well, I was just walking out. Oh. Some way or another, time passes, and we've ended up walking in the same direction. I look down at his dog and figure that he's probably walking his dog for the evening. His name's Sadie, if you're wondering. Her name's Sadie, if you're wondering. Golden Retriever and Lab Mix. Aw, it's adorable. Aw, she's cute. I like big dogs. We've run into him at least 4 times this entire series since we've been recording. I think he's, like, stalking us, or just watching us, or just, like, he wants to say something, but he hasn't. Then again, he wasn't this guy, I don't know. This friggin' game is taking so many turns. Somehow, when I say it, I sound almost drained of energy and emotion, even when I try to force it out. I look out into the scenery, and me and Roger are both awkward for a while. We both walk a little bit further, until we reach the reservation forest in the area. We stop at the bridge that rests over a creek. The ambience is quiet except for the running water and creatures in the forest. Roger sits down on the bench and pets his dog, and then glances at me. He seems kind of serious, but I've never been with him long enough to know his expressions and habits. I lean on the bridge for a moment and look out at the creek that is running slowly, like some sort of thick molasses. As I look more closely, I see hints of litter and trash. I let out a slight chuckle at how disgusting it all is. Everything's so disgusting right now. Oh, he's about to talk to us. Alright. So I think this is a good of a place to stop. You guys, sweet Jesus. What an emotional episode, my god. I don't believe that he's cheating. His body language and everything he said, the pain in his eyes and all that stuff based on the words he was saying, it doesn't fit it. It doesn't fit the MO, the typical stuff of someone who's actually cheated on someone. He seems like he feels more guilty. Like he doesn't want to, but he has to, especially since he said in the last episode that he wanted to die. So I don't believe it. I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys think he means it? Why do you think he started smoking? What do you think is up with those bruises on his back? Also, Roger's here. He's going to talk to us. What do you think he has to say? I'm excited to hear from you guys. You tell me in the comments below. If you guys like new and exciting gaming videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time I post. I post every day. Alright, you guys, hey. It's been fun. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. I'm Richard with Everlasting Gaming, and as always, have a good night.